Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to explore linked lists in Java, a fundamental data structure that you'll encounter frequently in programming. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand how linked lists work, how to implement them, and when to use them. So let's get started. A linked list is a linear data structure where elements are stored in nodes. So each node contains two things: one, the data or the value stored, and two, a pointer or reference to the next node. Unlike arrays, linked lists don't need contiguous memory, so they can grow and shrink dynamically. This makes them very flexible. Can anyone think of a real-world analogy for a linked list? Yes, a treasure hunt where each clue points to the next one is an example of a real-world analogy for a linked list. There are three main types of linked lists. One is a singly linked list. Each node points only to the next node. Second, doubly linked list. Nodes point to both the next and previous nodes. Third, circular linked list. The last node loops back to the first. We'll focus on singly linked lists today since they're the simplest. Imagine a train where each carriage is a node, and in a singly linked list, each carriage only knows about the next one, not the previous. Let's look at how we define a node in Java. Here, data holds the value, and the next is the reference to the next node. When we create a new node, next is initially null. Why do we set next to null initially? The answer is it's because a new node doesn't yet point to anything. To create a linked list, we need a head pointer that tracks the first node. Here's how we initialize an empty list. If head is null, the list is empty. Otherwise, it points to the first node. As you can see in the first example, the head points to null. It means that the linked list is empty. The second example here, the head points to one node. The data is A and the next points to null. That means the first node points to nothing. So this linked list only consists of one node and the head is pointing to that node. There are three main ways to insert into a linked list. First one is at the beginning, which is fast, um, which has a time complexity of 0, 1. And here's how we insert at the beginning. This is efficient because it doesn't depend on the list size. So here we create a new node and the new node has to point to where the head is pointing because where the head or the node that where the head is pointing is the first node. So the new node has to point to the first node so that it will be inserted before the previous uh, to the previous first node and the head has to point to the new node. This method will insert the new node at the beginning of the linked list. So the head will now point to the new node. The second way to insert in the linked list is the at the end of the linked list. So the first step is we create the new node, and the second is if the list is empty, we make the new node the head. And third, we traverse to the last node. And fourth, we link the new node to the end. As you can see in the illustration, the last node, which has a value of 15, will now point to the new node so that the new node will be inserted at the last, uh, after the last node. Third way to insert is after a given node. So first is we check if the given previous node is null. Then second, we create the new node. Third, we link the new node to the next node of the previous node. And fourth, we link the previous node to the new node. As you can see in the illustration, the new node has to point to the last node. And the previous node has to point to the new node. So going back, uh, if we insert into an empty list, what will happen? Again, if we insert into an empty list, what will happen? The answer is the head is null because it is an empty list. So if it's an empty list, then the head is null. So you know that next becomes null and head points to the new node. Deleting a node involves finding the node if not given and updating the previous node's next pointer to skip the deleted node. So here's how we delete by or in this illustration we show an example of one node that is deleted. So the previous node points to the node after the deleted node. It has to point to the node after the deleted node. So the implementation of this in Java will be given in the next video. To print the list, we traverse from head to null. So searching works similarly and we traverse until we find the key or reach the end. As you can see in the print list method, the node will has to be equals to null and then we have a loop that will traverse uh, to the list to the nodes, no? It will traverse and then it will print the data and the node will have to move to the next node. And searching works similarly. We traverse or we use a loop to traverse until we find the key or reach the end. Advantages of a linked list and its disadvantages. Linked lists are great for dynamic data, but they have trade-offs. Advantages are flexible size, fast insert or delete at start, and no wasted memory. Disadvantages are it's no random access or you must have to traverse, extra memory for pointers, and not cache friendly. So use linked list when you need frequent insertions or deletions, but prefer arrays for random access. Java provides a linked list class in java.util. So in this example, we have used the import statement of java.util.linklist, and we created here a linked list called list. So this is how we create a linked list, no? And then we use the that add method to add at to add a node to the end of the linked list. And we also have the add first, it adds to the start, and remove last, it removes to the last element. So we'll have a separate video on the different methods you can use using the built-in linked list. This is actually a doubly linked list, so it's more versatile than our manual version. Question: when might you use Java's linked list instead of writing your own? The answer is when you need built-in methods and don't want to reinvent the wheel. You may use Java's linked list uh, or the built-in linked list in Java. Let's recap. Linked lists store data in nodes with pointers. They're dynamic but have no random access. The insert or delete at the start is at big O1. And Java provides a built-in linked list for convenience. So next time we'll cover more examples in codes and also we will cover doubly linked list. Thank you for your attention.